Hello, class. Welcome to Advanced Psychopathology. This is a very exciting course because we talk about diagnosis. My name is, I don't mean to say my name is Tony Jauregui, and my last name's really hard, so you can call me Tony because my last name is difficult. I am so excited to lead you through this course. A little bit about me. I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. I have been licensed for 16 years and practicing since 2005. So it's been 20 plus years of doing therapy with people. I was like you, I did the master's program at CBU. Actually did all 3,000 of my hours at the CBU Counseling Center and then proceeded towards licensure, which was about a 5-year journey. So if you're like, this might take me a while, it may, and that's okay. It's one step at a time. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And that's basically what it's like. And so don't get discouraged. It will happen, but it is a process. I am also a mother. I have 5 kids. Who are great, but also keep me very busy. And I run a group practice here in the Inland Empire. We have an office in Norco and in Riverside. And as you know, with virtual, we treat people all over the beautiful state of California. So that's a little bit about me. So needless to say, I am a busy person. This is something I get to do in addition to my regular things that I do on a regular basis, but I enjoy teaching because I enjoy educating and helping inform future therapists. It's something I've been doing for 16 years now. Well, it hasn't been quite 16 years, but I've been doing this for a long time as an adjunct professor. I get to lead people through these classes and help you to be excited about what's next. I think I explained to a student last semester that what's so great about a master is you're learning to be in the master's program is you're getting to learn to be a master in your craft. And what's so great about all these classes is everything that you're learning, you're really going to get to utilize with like real people and put into practice. And so that's really exciting. And so, everything that you learn is going to be important, but it is a lot to learn. So it can be very overwhelming at the same time. I'm going to go over the syllabus today just so we are on the same page as far as expectations. So we're on the same page as far as expectations. We're going to be talking about the things that can cause different diagnoses. So reactions to social, biological, and physiological stress, maladaptive development, and faulty learning. We're going to look into anxiety disorders, character personality disorders, and psychosis. And we're going to learn how to, what's the deeper dive into some of these things. This is an online class, as you guys know, so we're fully online. This is my information. So here is my name, my phone number, my CBU email. Please do not email me at some other email. You need to email me only through your CBU email. I will only email you through my CBU email. Our only contact can be through our CBU email. If you need to speak with me and call me, the last session I got quite a few phone calls, which is fine. Just remember to say who you are in the voicemail because I get a lot of calls and I don't answer the phone for numbers I don't know. So I won't know your number just off the top of my head. So please be clear in who you are. It's okay to send me a text message and even say, hey, professor, I have a question. If I call you, can we schedule a time to talk? Great. That's easy too. Again, just clarify who you are so I know. It's not personal. I just don't save anyone's number that's not like a friend or family member. And with clients, I don't save their numbers either for that reason as well. So here are your required texts. We have the APA manual, which that will be useful for doing your papers, any sort of research paper we have or anything of that nature. It's going to be essential. So if you haven't gotten one, please get it. We have the book Deadly Sins and Saving Virtues. We have Psychopathology in Life, a dimensional approach, and Diagnosis Made Easier, Principles and Techniques for Mental Health Clinicians. And you should have your DSM, which your DSM is basically the Bible of psychology and is a breakdown of the DSM-5. It's purple. You can have it on your phone too if that works better for you. But that's the breakdown of diagnoses it gives all the criteria, the symptoms, the etiology, all those things in there. So please make sure if you haven't gotten one to get one, because you are for sure going to need it. It's something we hold on to while working as clinicians. It's something you're going to need, and you're going to need in this master's program. Sorry, just need a little sip of my coffee. Okay. So we're going to just go over, so we're going to have weekly discussion boards, right? So we're going to have weekly discussion boards. They're going to be worth 200, they need to be at least 250 words. You need to respond with 50 words to 2 other classmates. You're going to have exams. You're going to have a mental health interview paper, which specifically students are asked to find and interview someone who has experienced mental illness. They are not to enter a therapeutic role with the person, but rather seek a greater understanding. So if you know someone in your family that struggles with anxiety, you have a friend that struggles with bipolar disorder, you know someone that you're fairly close with that has depression, and probably someone that needs to recognize the fact that they have these issues. You probably shouldn't interview someone and be like, I'm interviewing you because little do you know you are borderline. No, just kidding. That would be helpful. So if you have someone in your life or a friend or even a friend of a friend who is very open and like talks freely about their mental health condition, this would be who you interview for this paper. It's just for you to get a deeper understanding of mental illness and how it affects someone. You will write up the interview, including quotes from the interview. It's a 3 to 4 page paper. And you're going to also include your own personal reaction. So that's like obviously in the I, right? It's not, you don't have to make it not me because you're experiencing it. Then also too, we have our capstone. Students will specifically complete a 6-page paper exploring characteristics, symptoms, prevalence, and rate, causal factors, treatment of a specific mental illness disorder. Include in your paper will be a review of how to integrate both recovery-oriented principles and a Christian principle, as well as cultural considerations. You may select any disorder within the diagnostic framework that was not identified in the interview paper from week 4. So you are advised to pick a disorder that has a solid body of literature to write up about it. So, if you do your interview paper on someone with anxiety, then that means that you're not doing your capstone on anxiety, just to give you a more diverse, deeper look into a disorder. There's lots of disorders out there. So anxiety and depression are not the only two. And there's a lot of research and information on many different kinds of personality disorders, biological disorders like bipolar, where you got genetic components, schizophrenia, you have genetic components. So there's a lot of information out there. It's just a matter of looking for it and researching it. And then right here is like the introduction and the outline of the assignment. Here is how the points are broken down. Discussion boards are 400 points. There's 8 of them and there's 50 points apiece. The exams are each 150 points, so a total of 300 points. The paper is 145 and the capstone is 155 for a total of 1,000 points, okay? Now, for the discussion boards, I will not make you do a discussion board week 8. It's too much with critical assignments going on with not only my course, but the other course. So I will grant you guys points for that discussion board and I'll just give it to you because, like I said, week 8 is too crazy with all that you have going on. I know I'm not the only class that's asking a lot of you. And so I would prefer we can focus on the capstone at that time. I am not trying to be a jerk, but it is important to be mindful that the capstone is due week 8, day 3. And that is because we have to have all grades turned in the Monday after. And so if you guys wait till Sunday night at midnight to turn in your capstones, that professor has to grade all of them to turn in grades the next day. And it's just not enough time, because the capstone is usually a more lengthy project, requires thought, consideration at what we're looking at. And so we need more time to grade it. So that's why we ask for it early. Otherwise, as you can see, all assignments are due the day 7. So if the beginning of the week is Monday, so Monday is day 1, day 7 is Sunday. So everything is due day 7. So you're going to see Your discussion boards will always be due day 7. Your exams are going to be due day 7. All those things are going to be due day 7. Now, there is going to be a lot of reading and information for you to engage in. Those things don't have due dates. It's just the expectation is that you're doing them. So I know it can be a lot. So please be mindful of that. Like, waiting till the last second is probably not the best approach. It's going to get overwhelming and it will add up, especially if this is not your only course. And this course and the information in it is very important to what you're going to be learning throughout the whole program. So it's meant to be taken very seriously, of course, and all those kinds of things. Professionalism. As you know, we're an online course. We don't see each other face to face. However, sometimes I feel as when we are virtual, there is this way that we can kind of forget that there's humans on the other line and be a little straightforward, or maybe even a little too direct or unprofessional in how we respond to people. So please be mindful if you're reaching out to me that you're talking to me, and I'm a professor. I am also someone who works in the professional world. I am also someone who hires clinicians and runs a practice. So you never know who you're going to need in your future. I don't mean this as a threat. I just mean this as a fact. And so our world is very small. At times in my career when I have needed to find an office location or needed help, the people that I reached out to were old supervisors or colleagues or friends. And so the therapeutic world is very small. We all interact with one another, know each other. And so please, be respectful and mindful of that as you're working with your classmates, as you're working with your professors. You never know who you might run into in the future, and you want to make sure you're betraying yourself in a very kind and professional way. You guys are all people with your own stories, your own history, your own background, maybe your own experiences with mental health. All of us have reasons for wanting to be therapists, right? And so please be mindful of that when you're reaching out to people or responding to discussion posts. I'm not saying you all have to agree with each other, but we need to be respectful with one another. What makes the world go round is we are all very different and very diverse. I can appreciate that, and I love that about each of you. But we need to not be haters, okay? So just be mindful on how you respond and talk to other people. Because again, these are people that you might work alongside in your practicum class, that you might work alongside at a site or need to be hired by. So just be aware of that. And that's not just for this class. This is in cases for all the classes, right? So anyways, I just want you to be mindful of that, the professionalism. So as far as late assignments go, I don't accept late work. However, if life circumstances happen, please communicate with me and I will work with you. I am not, like I said, I'm not a difficult person. However, I do not like people planning for things to be late. My life doesn't have room for that. And I know most online students are very busy people who work full-time jobs, have other things going on. So I know you're all very busy too. And so if something comes up or you're struggling or you get ill, we've all survived the pandemic. Things happen. We've had people that have fires happen in their area. Things happen. Computers break. I get it. Stomach flu happens. Just communicate with me. That's what I ask. I just don't want it to be oh, it's Father's Day. I'm that happens every year. I don't care. Okay. These are kinds of things people say, and I didn't get my paper done. I'm but you had the 6 days before Father's Day to get your paper done. I don't know. Don't wait till the last second. So please, I want to be respectful of your time. Please be respectful of my time. As far as your discussion board, since they're all due Sunday night, I work on them over the course of that week to grade them all. So don't worry if it's not graded that Monday. It's not that it's not going to be. I try to get through them as quickly as I can. And again, I want to be on as top of the grade book as much as possible, because I know it matters for your grade to see where you're at. If you're worried about something, please don't hesitate to email me. Now, my CBU email can get very full because unfortunately a lot of things come in there that aren't necessarily all important, and sometimes an email will get lost in there. And so I'm going to be hyper vigilant to delete all the things that are irrelevant. However, if you've reached out to me and I have not gotten back to you and you're like, I try to be really good about that. Please reach out to me by phone. Like, there's other ways of communication other than email. You can send me a text and say, hey, I'm in your course. I sent you an email. Have you seen it? That's all you even need to say. And I will be like, you know what? I have, or I haven't. I don't know. But like, that would be another way to communicate with me versus just waiting weeks with me seeing it got lost in my inbox. Like, not, again, not intentionally, not purposefully. I just didn't see it. So if there is an urgent need or request, like, and I haven't responded to you via email, please reach out to me by my phone, because I want to be on top of those things and meet you where you're at and help you with whatever needs you may have. That is important to me, and that I expect that communication for you. I want you to feel like you can have that communication from me. Very typically, at the end of the course, we will do a 10-point extra credit for doing the course survey. I'm not able to see who writes what, but it's just a way for us to evaluate. You know what? You're like, I liked all these assignments, but the order of how they were done, I didn't appreciate, or there was too much or too little, or I don't know, whatever your thoughts are. That's your place to rant and rave, or rave about how much you love it. Whatever. So please don't hesitate to do that, and you will receive 10 extra credit points. What I will ask, and I'll remind you through announcements, is that I just went blank, is that you just email me that you completed the course so I can give you the points. Okay. So that's a lot of the basics. I will make a weekly announcement. I will announce I've posted the live lecture, remind you of things. And that's basically it. I'm really looking forward to the content of this course. I do think it's going to be really exciting. I hope it will make you excited about what you're going to do, working with mental health issues and being a future therapist. It is a very rewarding field. I love my job. I'm one of those people that gets to do something that I love, and I know not everybody on the face of this planet gets to do that. And so I am very, truly, eternally grateful to God above that I get to do that. I see what we do as very important work. And we get to come alongside people and really invest in them, and walk through hard things with them, and be vulnerable, and maybe be the first person to ever know something about their life. And that is not something to take for granted or something to disregard. It's truly, the word that comes to my mind is magical, but that sounds a little weird, but it's a magical thing to hold space for someone, especially in a world where it's hard to find people to hold space for you. So I look forward to taking this journey with you and walking alongside you in this process as you gear up to get ready to be a therapist. So welcome to this class. This is me. Like I said, I'm Toni Jauregui. I'm a licensed MFT, and we're going to get to it. So have a good day.